Back here on Night Vision Sports, joining me now in studio, Wartburg Wrestling head coach Eric Keller. Coach, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so the Knights thus far undefeated on the young season, obviously, now ranked first in the nation after finishing sixth last year at Nationals. How does it feel to be back on top of that pyramid?
Rankings, it's one of those things. I think it's important for fans. It's important for media. As a coach, you don't get caught up in them. And, we reminded the team, regardless of what that number is in front of our name, the one thing we do know, we got to get better. And they're all on board. They know we got to get better. And so we don't pay a lot of attention to rankings, honestly.
And obviously, it feels kind of silly to say that a sixth-place finish is anything underwhelming, but obviously, Wartburg Wrestling has a much higher standard than that. You want to be in top 3 or number 1 every single year. So how was the team kind of approach bouncing back from something like that?
They're motivated. They're motivated. And, these guys, they want to win the national championship. And every year, that's our goal. And so that's the level of expectation, and so, for us, it's getting these guys to understand that it's a daily process, and the returning guys know that. We got a lot of new guys that are figuring that out.
Yeah.
But keeping the focus on just what we got to do each day, and keep making those deposits, and we're getting better every day.
So speaking about some of those young guys, bringing in 23 freshmen this year, one of the largest recruiting classes in recent memory, obviously. So what is the program so hyped about when it comes to these young men?
I just like their energy, the way they come into the room every day. They're focused. They're trying to get better, and they're very coachable. And these young guys, it's an adjustment. Obviously, as a freshman coming in, the season's longer. You're adjusting to college. There's just so much going on. But this group has handled that really well, and they're doing big things. I'm excited about them.
At the start of the season, a couple weeks before, it came out that Kenny Anderson, obviously a Wartburg great, 3-time national champion, had passed away. So how does a loss like that affect the mentality of your team and the guys that are trying to get ready for the season so early on?
I think the message that we've been talking about is just, not taking every day for granted, and how you live your life. And the message there is live inspired, and that's what we've been talking about. And for our guys, a lot of those guys in that room knew Kenny, knew who he was, what he stood for. And, the younger guys that didn't know him, they do now, and just helping them understand that every day that you live, it's important that you're living to your full potential, and tomorrow's not promised.
Yeah, that's definitely a very valuable lesson to teach those guys. Obviously, not a lot of home meets left on the season already. Looking into next semester for some of these Knights fans, only 2 left, but they're pretty blockbuster meets. You look at the Loris meet, the Battle of the Bergs as well, coming up here shortly. So what's it like hosting, some of these large-scale, huge meets?
Well, that's why guys come to Wartburg. They come to a place where wrestling's important, and events like that are important, and they're full. They're sold-out crowds, and Battle of the Bergs, you got the top teams in the country that battle, and that's a special rivalry, and one of the unique rivalries in all of college wrestling. And so that's important. And then obviously, we'll see how the conference shakes up, but that final duel of the season, the last 2 years, it's decided the conference championship. And with our streak that we have, and the level of what our guys' expectations are, that's important. Every duel is important to us.